Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a rating year 1 man Doom stack covering Thorek Ironbrow. Don't worry, we don't have the Sword of Cain here, so should be a bit interesting. So the big question with this one here is whether or not to use the Anvil of Doom. So there's strengths and weaknesses to that as a mount. So not using the mount makes us small, which is an advantage, makes it more difficult for their missile units to hit us, makes it more difficult for loads of infantry units to attack us at any given time. But the Anvil of Doom also provides us with 25% physical resistance. Now, not being on the mount at the moment, we've got 47% physical resistance, 47% ward save, 10% physical resistance, which came from Wazzocks trait, 25% missile resistance, and 55% magic resistance. So magic resistance is at the cap. Alright, so yeah, if we got onto the Anvil of Doom, we'd be at 35% physical resistance, bringing us to 82, which is close to the resistance cap. However, even at the resistance cap, the enemy, shades, absolutely shred Thorek. So, I've already, done a bit of experimenting with this, just with the build that this guy has developed and sent in, and I think the best test for this is actually on foot, because yeah, the shades were just such a huge problem for him while he was on his mount. Anyway, let's just jump in here and see how it goes. I'm going to attack Rakarth. Maybe I should show some more of the equipment. It's got Alaric's armor, that's providing ward save. The Gatekeeper's belt is providing the unbreakable trait. It's possible playing as Thorek Ironbrow to defeat Gotrek if another faction recruits him, so it would be better to equip the, which one is it? The Horn of the Ancestors for 15% extra physical resistance, but yeah, it's pretty rare to encounter Gotrek. The only other way I can think to get Unbreakable is to, pick up the Sword of Cain, and most people have said that they want to see the Sword of Cain again. That's fair enough. Now, another problem here is Clad Brakak. Now, it itself is a decent weapon. Being able to cast the Chain Lightning constantly is not Chain Lightning. Uranon's Thunderbolt essentially constantly is pretty good, but it doesn't provide any resistances and doesn't actually help us in melee at all, apart from having Frenzy. Now, the thing is, as a one-man Doom stack, you want to value melee defense over melee attack, because you want to last a long time, especially considering that Thorek Ironbrow is a Mortis engine, so you're going to want that going all the time. So the longer you last, the more damage you can deal. So Clad Brakak doesn't actually help that much in terms of that. Now, if we were to switch this with anything, for one thing, it wouldn't get done in time, so we're not going to, but just having a look at what you could potentially get, there's not much here that will actually provide any sort of resistances at all. And there's no weapons in here, I think, that provide any resistances. You get magic resistance, but that's not the problem at all. I wouldn't worry about extra weapon strength. Yeah, what you need is the extra physical resistance, and there's nothing here that's going to provide it. Anyway, we'll make do with what we got here. Attack Rakarth, and we will see how we go with this. Test it out. Okay, we've also got a bunch of these banners, but only the Banner of Lost Holds is actually equipable, because all of these have to go on to non-hero characters. Alright. Yeah, lots of stuff here to deal with. So the guy in the email said that, obviously he tried it with the Anvil of Doom, and he said he couldn't actually beat the battle. The closest he got to was there was like 5 units remaining. So we'll see if we can do better. Now, what he did when he was using this one-man Doom stack was staying in the forest to try to mitigate how much damage was done by the shades, which I'll do as well, but I'm mostly going into the forest to mitigate the amount of damage done by large entities, because it'll reduce their melee attack. Now, we also stalk, but if we go into the forest here, they are bound to walk into us as they're coming in this way. Now, if we need the extra resistances, we've always got the Rune of Negation. Yeah. So I'm not trying to hide, but we need to stay in the forest. It'll make their missile units even less likely to hit us. Now, another thing to keep in mind as well, the Blackheart Corsair Hambos, they actually can't do any damage to us, because we're at our missile resistance cap, right? Because we got 57% physical resistance, and 45% missile resistance. So we're over 90%. And we're at 200 armor, essentially. So all of their regular base damage is gone. So they're only got armor piercing damage. So reducing the armor piercing damage by 90% means they're at 0.3. They need to do at least 0.5 to inflict any damage whatsoever. So only the Shades can actually shoot us. And, you know, the Dread Spears, looking at them, armor piercing weapon damage of 7, so yeah, 0.7. They can actually... Oh, no, it's different for them because they're not missile resistance. So yeah, they'll do damage to us. But all this extra armor definitely will help. They'll see us soon enough. Or not. Not like I said, I'm not necessarily trying to hide. Just want to make sure we stay in the forest to make it difficult for these guys to get us.
On our way.
So you can see, yeah, the Blackout Corsair Hambos, they can't do any damage to us. Alright, we got incoming.
Wrath and ruin.
And being in here, it'll just reduce their melee attack without reducing ours, so we can actually duel okay.
Strike the room.
Oh, that got cancelled. Just try to hit something with that. Not overly important. So at the moment, he's not really doing anything to us so far. Because yeah, being in the trees here, he's lost 20% of his melee attack. Of course, the more that they crowd around us, the better, so that we can inflict the Mortis Engine effect. And yeah, here's the big thing. When I was playing as on the Anvil of Doom, when I was in melee, these were constantly shooting and doing a lot of damage. Now, nothing. Just nothing. They can't hit him, he's too small. This is what I've been saying for a long time, that size is actually a huge weakness in this game. And this Master has just done nothing, because don't forget, the Master's anti-large. So, without being large, he doesn't do anywhere near as much damage. So, how much of that anti-large is gone? Like 30. That's 30 extra melee attack. So, his 39 melee attack, which has gone down to by 20%, so he's lost like 6. Versus our 73 melee defense, he's only got 10% chance of hitting us. Whereas, previously, he would have had a much higher chance. Now, of course, we are more vulnerable to anti-infantry, but that's okay. It's okay, I feel like it's a valuable trade-off. Like, we are just not taking damage here. We've lost a total of 200 health so far. Of course, we haven't really killed a lot, but we've done 14,000 damage. Let's see if we can hit that Medusa. Of course, he's not exactly the best duelist. It's taking a while to kill him, but that's okay. So, the Master has so far... He actually hasn't landed a single hit. Not one. Yeah, they got Dark Conduit, but that's, you know, useless against us.
Move it out.
Make sure we stay in the forest. Really important. Because their biggest threat to us now is all the large monsters.
Strike the runes.
Alright, if the Shades want to shoot at us, that's fine.
Come on.
A lot of the shots are getting blocked by trees.
On our way.
And we know the Black Ark Corsairs can't actually do any damage. Wish they would send some more guys into melee with us, because yeah, here comes Rakath. I really need that Rune of Negation. Rakath kind of hits hard, because his melee attack is significantly higher than that Master. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Yeah, already took a lot of damage. Need that Rune of Negation. Still 36 seconds away. But we are beating him in melee. Looks like Rakath is backing off, okay. So how much damage did he do to us? Not too much, only 300. Okay, there goes that master.
Off we go.
Oh, swooping at me, that's my technique, how dare you.
Scuff.
We don't need to use the Rune of Oath and Steel. Getting 4 extra armor is not really worth
Casting
anything.
the rune.
Because at 200 armor, that's pretty much the
Well-backed
cap.
skill.
Any more than that's just useless. But 196 would have worked too, is fine. Okay, don't worry about the Rune of Negation right now, they're not going to do much. Don't need the Rune of Speed, don't need melee attack, I need melee defense. So far, we have taken less than 1,000 damage. Once they've used up all their missile units, I think they'll be a bit more aggressive with their infantry.
Done. The Anvil's might.
Good, that one will run off the battlefield and bring in some more of their reinforcements.
No more faffing. On our way. Good. Sharpish.
Because, yeah, being with Alaric's armor reduces our speed. There's no way in hell we can catch them. Even with the Rune of Speed, we're not going to be able to catch them. Just too slow.
Quick about it.
Speed was never the dwarf's strong point.
Kazakan Kazakita. On our way.
But one thing that is strong about them is actually their size. Being small is a strength in Total Warhammer 2.
Yeah.
As the old saying goes, the bigger you are, the harder you fall.
Oath and steel. Oaths fulfilled.
They'll eventually run out of ammo and be forced to come into melee with us.
Off we go.
In the meantime, just try my best to dodge them.
Step to it.
Yeah, the shades still do a decent amount of damage. This forest isn't exactly very thick.
Aye. Good.
It's actually quite useful when that one knocks me down, because while I'm on the ground, I can't actually take damage. It's very useful.
From these hammer.
So once again, we're at missile resistance cap, so using the Rune of Negation to try to block the damage of the Dark Shards and stuff, pointless. We only need to stop them in melee.
Shift it. Get it done. Step to it. Good.
Because even when you reduce the Shade's damage by 90%, it still does damage.
Get to it. Quick about it. Sharpish. Shift it. Come on. On our way. Vengeance.
Cool, they're bringing in this garbage unit.
Wrath and ruin.
That's why I'm trying to use the Rune of Wrath and Ruin to kill as many of the Shades as possible. Just, you know, every one of them that dies is just fewer shots being shot at us.
Strike the room. Thoric Iron Brow.
Taking a bit of damage now. Another downside to being on foot is that the Anvil of Doom does give us about 2,000 extra hit points. But then again, what's the point of having extra health if you die way quicker? So,
What?
at least this way, with the battle slowed down, we're getting full use of our regen quite
Master
easily.
of Runecraft.
We're staying at full health. Although if we could stay at 20% health, we get more ward save, but I don't know. I don't feel like I need the Rune of Negation here. We're not up against anything dangerous.
Heart and home.
This is a big thing. When we're in melee with anything, the Shades just can't shoot us.
Kazakan Kazakita. Moving out.
The thing is as well, is that they don't really get friendly fire when you're on the Anvil of Doom, because they aim for your face, they don't aim for your, like, toes. Whereas when they aim for your face here, they hit their own troops, if you're in melee with them. Alright, we've got shit coming in. Now you'd think they'd just send, like, all their large units to come gang down on you all at once, but that's just not really how the AI works when there's just one unit on the battlefield. Alright, here we go. Need this. Alright. Rakath did a fair bit of damage on that hit.
Thoric Iron Brow.
He's hitting us up a fair bit now.
Will of Iron.
Alright, now they're sending in their monsters.
Aye.
This is where you really want the Sword of Cain, but we don't have that. He's going for cycle charges, which that's not a bad idea on his part. Try to reduce his melee attack as much as possible here. Maybe the Tormentor Sword would have been more useful. Yeah. That actually does a lot of damage to single entities.
Strike the room.
Let's try and kill it faster. Alright, so we've taken a bit of damage now. We've used up 2,000 of our regen. It would be good if we can get rid of Rakath. So how much damage did that Manticore end up doing? Can't check it now. It's gone.
Aye, get it on.
Alright, looks like Rakath is coming back.
Moving out. Sharpish. Yes.
So perfectly still. I'm actually surprised how much damage they did to a single entity. Or it doesn't at all. Okay, I need this. Don't want to overcast it. Don't want to risk the miscast. And also the cooldown is really long. Okay, it hasn't done very much damage to us. We got a lot of melee defense. So looking at what Rakath has done to us so far, 800 damage. Which, our total health pool is 7,500 plus 5,600. So what's that, 13,000 health? So 1/13 of our, less than 1/13 of our total health pool so far. But if we have a look at the shades, alright, so that shade's done 100 damage, that shade's done 89 damage. I imagine that the Black Arc Corsair handbows did nothing, although they seem to be gone, so I can't really test them anymore. Dark Shards there did very little.
Master of Runecraft. Thoric Ironbrow.
Oh man, I'd love to hit them from that distance.
Oath and Steel. Wrath and Ruin. Shift it.
Okay, more monsters coming through. Okay.
This is madness.
Kinda hoping Rakath doesn't come back down here, not yet. Oh, he's coming, he's coming. I'm gonna need to deal with him. He hits hard. Come on, I need this. Try to hit him with that. Could be good. Because, yeah, he just hits too hard. We gotta get rid of him. Nice. At least we got him with that. That's good. Alright, how much damage has he done to us now? I'm trying to keep track of it. Done 1,000 damage. Yeah. So the only things I'm really worried about in this battle are those single entity monsters, because that's what he's weakest against. But he's still managed to take out quite a bit so far. Don't forget, he does not have the Sword of Cain. And he's taking on Rakath, you know, an excellent melee lord. And we're essentially the equivalent of a caster. Within the dwarfs here.
No more faffing.
You can be focusing on the Feral Manticle, because that's the one that's going to do the most damage to you. Yeah, they're starting to come in more in melee now that their missile units have expired. So that one's got 51 melee attack, Rakath has 78 melee attack, yeah, so he's got a much higher chance of hitting us than that dragon.
Thoric Ironbrow.
It'd be good if he could just fly right over us, and that way get a little bit of Mortis Engine damage. Just trying to find a good spot for this, but I don't really need to worry about their infantry so much, so maybe I just wait for this one to be ready, just in case another bloody dragon comes down here, because that extra ward save is really helpful. Okay, Sisters of Slaughter are anti-infantry, aren't they? Not really. Alright, maybe I'll still get rid of them anyway. Because they're a high damage unit.
Anvil's might.
Much rather just be fighting Dread Spears.
What age, wealth, and skill.
Alright, so far we've knocked out 1,000 of their troops, but they've still got more reinforcements coming. That's a bloody dragon.
Oath and steel.
Really important that we stay in the forest. How much damage has this guy done to us? Next to nothing. Okay.
Thoric iron brow.
It's probably just been hitting a lot of dirt.
By Grumney. Get to it. Strike the road.
That's it. Shoot those Sisters of Slaughter.
Off we go. On our way.
Okay, now we need more enemy reinforcements to come. Okay, is this dragon coming? Yep. Alright, so what's done to us from me so far? 3 damage so far. Okay, well that's good. Just really want to try to keep track of how much damage the single entities are doing to us.
Thoric iron brow.
So he does about 50 damage a pop at the moment, but that was with the Rune of Negation active. And you really need to be aiming for the dragon there. Let's do this. Hopefully that hits. I'm not too concerned about ogres. Yeah, now it's done some damage.
Thoric iron brow.
He's got perfect vigor, so we don't need to worry about that. Rune of Speed might be a good idea while fighting the dragon, because it's got some decent melee defense, and he's not exactly the hardest hitter ever. You just need to kill it as quickly as possible. Because, yeah, it is inflicting some damage to me.
Thoric iron brow. Oath and steel.
Just really need this to keep hitting. Yeah, because when it does hit, it does a lot of damage. Alright, how much regen do we have left? Still got 2,000. Okay.
Aye.
Come on, one more hit on that dragon. Get rid of it. Okay, well, it's pretty much gone.
Shift it. Off we go. Hearth and home. By Sunday's hammer.
Alright. So, there's still... Here comes Rakath again. There's Rakath and 2 other dragons. I think that's it. Oh, he's coming down. I don't have the Rune of Negation now. So Rakath. Yeah, 1,500 damage to us. It's not good. Hey, why didn't that cast? Must have got disrupted. Oh, he's trying to escape.
Thoric iron brow. Master of Runecraft.
Yeah, that one. Still, if we could just get him with the Rune of Spite a little bit more, he's almost gone.
Thoric iron brow.
Yeah, I don't want to fight you right now, not with the Murder's Prowess going. We need this to just expire.
Strike
Just
the
play this bit
road.
defensively.
Age, wealth, and skill. Oaths fulfilled. Castle.
Alright, well we can see our regen cap, so soon that's going to expire. That looks like a good spot for it.
Wrath and ruin. Dum Grong.
But yeah, I'm a little bit concerned that we don't have enough to win this. It's just he's not quite strong enough. I'm just a little bit concerned about it. I feel like if we were Ungrim or Grombrindal would be fine. Because we get the Unbreakable automatically, plus the anti-large.
Will of iron.
Come on, is it on the ground or something?
Quick about it.
Yeah, he was on the ground. Come on, move. Stop getting disrupted. Something just did tons of damage to us. Right, they've got extra armor piercing because they're in murderous prowess. Okay, it just expired. Okay, good.
Shift it. Up. Come on. Attack. For Cazador.
Okay, this is kind of taking too long as well. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, if you just get them all to crowd around you right at the start, that's good and everything, but we're too slow to catch up to them and they're just not doing that.
Oath and steel.
And they've still got more reinforcements coming. I mean, there's 3 armies, and if they've still got reinforcements coming in, that means we haven't even taken out 20 units yet. I mean, there's still a lot of units here that are quite badly damaged, so they'll be leaving the battlefield fairly soon. Don't worry about Black Ark Corsair handbows. The murderous prowess is over now, so at least that's done.
Quick about it.
Yeah, and these just can't do any damage to us.
On our way. Scuff.
Right, he comes for Karth for another bout. Is he, or is he just flying over? No, he's here. We just need like 1 hit on him. No, he didn't properly land, but he took about 100 damage, so that's good. Oh, he's come back. He's come back for more. There's no way I can hit him with that lightning while he's moving. He didn't manage to get a hit on us, but we... Okay. So he just disrupted us a bunch there, which is totally fine. Alright, Blackguard and Acheron. Probably best we don't fight that too much. Just try to defeat them with Mortis Engine effect. Leave their whistles, don't worry about it. They're not really doing anything.
Come on! Shift it!
Okay, Dragon incoming.
No more faffing!
Good, it didn't actually do any damage to me.
The Anvil's might! Sharping!
Do some damage.
Step to it! Quick about
And we just gotta wait for them to keep sending someone into melee. Maybe it's because they keep getting some more missile units as reinforcements that they keep changing their tactics.
Castle!
Taking out nearly 2,000 of them now.
Ancestor God!
Right now I really need to try to last as long as possible. So our stamina is really going to start to deplete. And as this goes down, it's going to be harder and harder to get the army losses. I guess one thing about this one-man Doom stack is that you actually do need to kind of work hard for it and time these abilities right time rather than just point and click. Because if I just did that and didn't do any of this stuff here, we'd probably be dead by now already. Artillery's of no concern, it's not going to do anything to us. So it's a waste of balance of power for them. Ideally what we want to be fighting are Dread Spears because they just can't do any damage to us, it'll block their missiles. get hit by the missiles and just activate our mortis engine effect.
Thoric Iron Brow.
At least the shades appear to be done. We are just about out of regen.
Quick about it.
So that indicates we've used up about half of our health now.
Move it out. Get
Yeah, about
to
half of
it.
our health.
Shot.
Dragon incoming.
Yes. From Nezama.
Yep, here it comes, here it comes. I can't use the rune of negation, so I don't think he's got me. And it's just... let me look. Yeah, it didn't do anything. It would have actually taken more damage on that than it did to us because of the mortis engine effect. Don't know if I should be doing that. Yep, that's it. We're out of our regen now. We just have to make do with this much health and see what we can do. I saw a sliver of yellow there a moment ago, but it's gone now.
Get it done.
The Dark Riders can actually do a fair bit of damage to us because they do enough armor piercing to damage us.
I sense defeat. Off we go. Rough and ruin. Half and home. On our way.
There's no way I can catch them.
Get to it. Castle. No more faffing.
Hydras will also be a big concern. Alright, killing these two lords here, that'll just mainly provide us with balance of power. It's not really dangerous to us at all. Just to try to inflict the army losses.
From Nezama. Good. Step to it. Off we go. Kazakan Kazakita. Sharpish.
So yeah, with this one, you really want as high melee defense as possible. So if you can manage to defeat Nakai as well, I mean that's a bit of a tall order because he doesn't survive that long usually. But he did get Krokgar's trait. So far I've done 185,000 damage. It's nowhere near as good as the Malagor one-man doom stack, but that's probably one of the best in the game now. Kind of want Rakaf to just fly over my head because he's so close to dying. Yeah, we're not taking any damage here fighting them.
The Anvil's might.
Can't quite hit it. That's it. Be affected by the spite. Come on.
Oath and steel.
Because yeah, these guys here just doing nothing. Still no sign of bounce power being in our favour. They've lost half their forces now at least. I don't think they're bringing in more reinforcements because that indicates that was the back end of their troops. And there's quite a few manticores left.
Quick about it.
Yeah, don't worry about that, it's not a concern.
Ancestor God. For Cazador. Wrath and ruin.
Yeah, that one we want to fight in melee, but
Thoric Iron Brow.
let's see if we can manage it. Yeah, hitting, because it moves around a lot, it's going to be really hard to hit it, but we'll just see. I hit it, but I don't think it did much damage. Yeah, because it's That, like, oh, it's got magic damage, so it won't do that much to us. Maybe I won't worry about it too much. Still, would be better if it doesn't use up any of its ammo at all. Just stay perfectly still. Nice, that was the proper hit. That did a lot of damage there. That's what we want to see. Good. Yeah, I'd really like to just inflict the army losses on that. I don't want to fight it. Hey look, bounce of power improved a little bit. There's a tiny sliver of yellow.
Come on! Moving out! Ancestor gods!
See if that bit of yellow lasts any more than just a couple of minutes. Come on, take it out. Good, it's working there. Kill him. So how much damage did that guy end up doing? Not much. Cool. Just let him go. Just gotta stay in the forest.
Get it done!
That's it, Rakath. Fly overhead. Fly overhead. You're so close to dying. Don't come into melee. Just be mortis engined. No! Just stay away for a little bit longer. Yes, that's it. Try to swoop me. And... oh my god, he's got... there he goes. Nice. He literally died of spite. Good. So that means there's only 2 dragons I have to worry about. Now their leadership's going to be a bit lower, so that's good. Still only a tiny sliver of bounce of power. Come on, hit that Medusa. Good. And so far, it's done 100 damage to him. Okay. Too bad, considering it is a dangerous unit. It's running away, I'll never hit it. Do a pot shot and just hope I hit something. Just keep getting knocked down. Which is fine, because when I'm knocked down, I can't take damage. If this is all that's left, there's maybe a little bit of hope. There's 2 Hydras though. Okay, Death Hag, that's gotta go.
Strike the runes.
You just stay perfectly still while I zap you. She's trying to shoot. Gotcha! Nice. That's how we get it. Just keep getting lightning on it. Still no change in the bounce of power. And it's done... yeah, it didn't do any additional damage, but at least it broke. I wouldn't worry about extra melee defense right now. Okay, now worry about it. I'm gonna try and block as much of the Blackguard of Nagawan damage as possible. Alright, another sliver of yellow came in, so that's good. It's better than nothing. It's all about little victories. Oh, those Dark Riders. Yeah, because otherwise they're gonna shoot the crap out of me. that. Unless, hang on, let me just see if I could... No, maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll do a little bit of damage on that black card. Like, if I aimed that correctly, which... it was alright. It wouldn't have done a lot, but it's better than nothing. Alright, this battle should be concluded fairly... It's still got a bit to go, but I think we're past the halfway point. I think we're well past the halfway point. Tough fight, though. I really have to stay on my toes. These ogres just seem to be used as hit and run. I don't think I hit anything there. Just want to avoid the Hydra, because what it'll do is come in, do a little bit of damage, and then walk off and heal. So best we just avoid that until the very end. Ideally, I just want to be dealing with their infantry first. Good, they didn't do any damage on that charge.
Where are you going? Wrath and ruin! The Anvil's might!
You know, Cladbrakak has actually been fairly useful in this battle. It has done a lot of damage to their single entities, which I wasn't expecting it to. Alright, we got dragon incoming. Double dragon. That's not good. I'd rather not fight that. Oh, I'm kind of out of the forest as well, a little bit. Now stay perfectly still while I zap you. That's not a bit of damage. But that was a good zap, did a lot of damage to it. Right, I really need to try to kill it as quickly as possible while it's here. It's probably hitting me quite hard. It's not actually. It's not landing any hits at all. Well, still, I need to get rid of it. It's worth a lot of bounce of power. Oh! Army losses! I wasn't expecting it for a little while. I guess I did too much damage to them. Well, the guy in the email said he couldn't win this. I still had 5,000 health remaining. So, using a one-band Doom stack with Thoric Ironbrow, do you go on foot or do you go Anvil of Doom? Anvil of Doom is not the way to go. Even though I had less hit points, less stats, we end up with a way better result because they just can't hit us. So, this is a really big case in point how bigger does not equal better. So there you go. Even without the physical resistance cap. Because yeah, I fought this battle with the Anvil of Doom on, and I couldn't win it. I couldn't win it. Because they just did too much damage. Even though I had more resistance, I actually kind of had lower resistance because I was too big.
I want gold, not prisoners!
Let's see. We're 43 minutes into the video.
Off we go!
Okay, look. This is what we'll do. This is what we'll do. I'll just really quickly load up the save file again. Show you just briefly what it's like being on the Anvil of Doom, and then we'll just wrap it up there. So, in terms of how would I rate this, it's definitely kind of difficult to use. I think he's done the right equipment for it. We definitely need it Unbreakable. It sucks to lose the battle when you're at full health, just because random leadership routes or whatever, or due to terror or something like that. Although I think he's immune to terror, so that wouldn't have happened. And it's also good that he didn't have the Sword of Cain. So we're on the Anvil of Doom here. Not going to fight the whole thing, like I said. We're just going to go in. Going to go into the trees. And you'll see how much damage he ends up taking. Even though we've got more health and stuff. Like, it'll still be, like, fairly close, but won't be able to block the shades like we did in the previous one. Alright, just go in there and just wait for them to show up. They can't see us at the moment, though. Oh, I was over there last time. Okay, well... Well, I'll just stalk my way over there. I'm gonna need the rune of speed, actually. Otherwise, I'm not gonna get there in time. Because, yeah, we end up with about 2,000 more health. Well, it's actually more than that because you get another 1,000 here as well. But, yeah. Like, I couldn't win it with the Anvil of Doom, but I could win it with on foot, and we had 5,000 health remaining. Alright, and we'll see what happens when we got this on, and you'll see how much extra damage he ends up taking. We also have this rune as well.
Wrath and ruin. The Anvil's might.
So yeah, in terms of rating it, let me think. I don't think it's quite as good as like an Ungrim or Thorgrim Doomstack. I feel like they can do a little bit better, just because they don't need to have the Unbreakable item, because they're already unbreakable. So in terms of a Dwarf one-man Doomstack, I'd probably rate this like maybe an 8 out of 10, because it was difficult to use it. Yeah, like he did win. He did win. I don't know. I feel like 8 out of 10 would be the way to go, because it was difficult to use. Took a long time. So yeah, like, it's not like he's taking no damage, but he is taking more damage than he was before. Anyway, I just wanted to show that a little bit. Anyway, that's the end of this one here. Like I said, we're not going to do the entire battle. Just wanted to... I've already done this. I'm not going to do another 40-minute battle with this, but I've already done it with this. I tried my absolute best, and I just couldn't beat it. They ground me down, even with more health, and they killed me. Anyway, that's the end of this one here. I give it about an 8 out of 10. I think it's a good one-man Doomstack. He did the best he could with it. But anyway, that's the end of this one. Appreciate you guys, and I'll see you next time, fuckers. Bye.